All right, legends, what a day we do have today. We do have a lot of news. We want to be extremely cautious with what is going on today because we have a lot of news. We have inflation rate, we have interest rate decision. We also have the FOMC press conference today. So there is likely going to be a lot of volatility. Guys, make sure to absolutely destroy that like button on your way in. And we are going to go and dive in straight into the Bitcoin chart because I think that some of you must have longed the $66,100 range, guys. Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Let's go right away and go through the comment section. Right, legends, let's go. First of all, we're going to go through Bitcoin because we're going to talk about what was mentioned yesterday on the stream. We mentioned a big major level, very important, guys. We'll be going through the next scenarios. Of course, I do expect a lot of bumps and jumps and all sorts today. It's going to be a volatility fest. If it's not right now, in 10 minutes, actually, in 10 minutes, if it's not now in 10 minutes, because of the inflation rate, we are going to see it tonight, right? Either on the basically the interest rate decision or when we have the Fed press conference, right? Which is tonight, depending on where you are in this amazing world. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. First of all, levels that were mentioned yesterday. Of course, there was two big major levels that we needed to take into consideration on Bitcoin. Be patient for those levels to be tested. First biggest level was that $66,140. We slightly got beneath that level, created that swing failure pattern from that low of the 21st of May, right? That low right over here that was sitting at $66,140. We are going to take a look at that level. Let me know right away in the comment section if you did manage to squeeze a long position from that level, which is right over here. This is the level that we expected the bounce. Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you know that this level right over here was this one that was mentioned on yesterday's stream? I expect a significant swing failure pattern from this level to get a bounce at least of $400-500 to come back to the low here of this wick, okay, that we had. All right, right over here. We're going to explain that scenario for anybody that missed out, guys. If anybody missed out on this setup, I'm just going to explain why that was support. Let's give the explanation and technical analysis so you can learn how to catch these setups in the very near future. Basically, this level, zooming out, okay? Basically, this level, zooming out. Let me just go right away. I'm going to put a little bit of background music here because it's, let's put a little bit of background music. This setup was purely based on the Fibonacci retracement levels from these clear two pivots from the 1st of May and also from the 10th of May. Something that we mentioned yesterday. We got that bounce, guys, from the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low and the 382 from this pivot low of the 1st of May to that high that we created here on last Friday. Getting that beautiful bounce. The level to pay attention here was this one right over here. I was not interested in this one right there. We did create a small little swing failure pattern, just a bounce of a couple of $100. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Let's go. Just go. The chart is not shown here. Let's go. The chart. My goodness, I was here just full screen. Guys, just want to go through the setup here that was mentioned yesterday, okay? The setup that was mentioned yesterday was right over here, the bounce that we had from $66,140. This was basically the first level to maintain as support. And if we were to break that level, of course, we were going to go down to the next big major level, which was $64,400. My goodness, luckily I almost got here. I was just about to read the comment section. You're not sharing the screen. Yeah. Yes. Somebody. Yes. Someone from the team saved the day. So yeah, basically, guys, I'm not going to start. Shall we start off from the beginning, right? Let's start off from the beginning. Yesterday's live stream, two major levels, $66,140 and $64,400. Super important here that these levels had to hold. This one being the first bounce, and if we were to come down, that we might come down here, maybe in the next coming hours, right? Today's going to be a volatile day, and if we do break down from here, this is still going to be an interesting level, right? This pivot is still going to be very interesting, even though just say that we get a huge, massive drop here when we have the CPI data coming out. If we do pump from here, then it is what it is. But if we do come down, it's going to be a scary moment. This level is still very strong technically. This level that I mentioned yesterday at the 382 Fibonacci, right? This pivot low from the 10th of May to the pivot high right over here, okay, was the 50% Fibonacci. The pivot low from the 1st of May right over here to the highs was the 382. We were looking for that level as a swing failure pattern. Tap that level slightly beneath it. We just tapped it round about $50. And that is the level that we got the bounce. For me, it was acceptable already to take profits at this pivot low. You know, that is where I took most of my profits at this bounce. And yeah, basically that was the setup. It was a scalp. How do you play this scalping setup? As we do hit that Fibonacci confluence level, like was mentioned yesterday, what you want is the price slightly dipping beneath that level. And as soon as you get the recovery, it's already triggering your entry point, right? You already got the trigger to get into that scalp setup. So you basically dip beneath that low right over here. And why this low is much better than this low is because of the amount of confluence that you have based on the Fibonacci retracement. So when we zoom in here on the chart, we can clearly see how you dipped beneath that level, and you do have a few minutes to trigger that long position. CPI, we do have, okay, the inflation rate coming out in 5 minutes. Not to worry. I just expect a bunch of, you know, maybe a bit of volatility. Maybe the strong volatility is going to come later on today when we do have the interest rate decision and also the economic projections, FOMC economic projections. We have press conference. Maybe volatility is not going to be too strong right now, but we will likely see a lot of volatility in about 6 hours from now, okay? In between 5.5, 6 hours from now is when we're going to get Fed interest rate decision, FOMC economic projection, and also the press conference, okay? So just I would do expect a bit of volatility right now with the CPI, with the inflation rate coming out, but maybe not as much. I think the proper big volatility is going to come later on today. So this trading setup, guys, played out really, really nicely. Let me know in the comment section, okay? And let me know if you did manage to get into that long position, okay? A lot of people here. I got somebody here. Not reason why we fell. Yeah, basically, so, you know, some people saying that the CPI is basically priced in. Maybe we already got the drop here. Maybe the drop here was priced in, and now we're just going to get an insane recovery. When we do take a look at the S&P 500, we can see that, you know, even NASDAQ, it is breaking all-time high like crazy, okay? It is breaking all-time high. It's been doing so during the last few weeks very, very nicely, and it's just on the move. S&P 500, NASDAQ, they're just really rallying very, very strongly. So let's talk about the next major levels, okay? Because there are some scenarios, you know, taking into consideration Elliott wave theory, and we're going to go through them right away. Because could have this been the low? Could have this been the low? Because realize this range that we formed during the the third week of May, this is actually a big range. What do you do in ranges? Well, what you do on ranges is test the highs and test the lows of the range. Could have this been the test of the low of the range, and we are ready to pump very aggressively? I'm going to say that yes, no doubt, it is definitely a scenario. This is why, you know, a sweep of these lows and looking for an entry point is definitely an option, because the price could recover very, very strongly. There is a few scenarios here considering Elliott wave theory that we have finished this fifth wave right over here. It's been a truncated fifth wave because on most of the exchanges, you actually did get above here the 21st of May high. So is that fifth wave one that is exhausted, one that finished in a double top scenario? And right now we are going to see a much larger pullback, and we are only inside of the A wave. Definitely a possibility. Let's leave it that way. As we have claimed these lows right now, it wouldn't make sense that we are still inside of the fifth wave, right? As we've retraced so much right now, getting beneath the fourth wave, it doesn't make sense that, we're inside of the fifth wave, right? So we need to take into consideration the possibility of the price going to much lower levels. If we do zoom in, take a look at several scenarios, okay? We're going to zoom in on the 1 hourly time frame. What we do see here from the highs of Friday, what we can take into consideration here is possibly 5 waves here to the downside, and we are inside of the fourth wave. Let's talk about some invalidation points. We do have CPI data coming out right now. Let's see that volatility. But like I said, guys, this is basically the possibility of a fourth wave right there, okay? We possibly have the fourth wave creation right now in between yesterday and today. We're getting CPI out right now in the next coming minutes. I'll go through the comment section, guys. Just 1 second. I want to continue here with the Bitcoin technical analysis. I think it's a good time if you haven't taken most of your profits from that long position. This has bounced almost $2,000 since that entry point. I wasn't expecting such a major rally. This was already a take profit zone for me. Okay, we're getting a movement here to the upside right now. We're getting that move to the upside. My goodness, what an explosion. What an explosion here with the inflation coming out at 3.3. It is less than expected. It is less than expected. We have inflation rate at 3.3. My goodness, what a pump. Yeah, most of the profits have been taken, my goodness, from this long position. But anyway, wow, this scenario is totally invalidated at the moment. So this scenario right now is invalidated as we are overlapping this first wave here that we've had. So this major move to the downside, my goodness, what a pump. What a pump. That scenario is completely invalidated. Wow, absolutely rocketing right now. Price of Bitcoin just going up. I think we just need to enjoy the massive pumpy action that we have here. What a pump, what a pump, what a massive pump. What just happened? Well, apparently inflation is lower than expected. Coinflation is also lower than expected, which is pretty good. It is pretty damn good. Let's be honest. They were expecting 3.4 on the inflation rate. And it's down 0.1% more than expected. We've got a major rally here to the upside. My goodness, anybody that was trying to get into some short positions here probably got wrecked. I was looking for longs, and I will explain. I was actually looking for longs here, also longs right over here. And this for me was not a bad idea for a short scenario, but I was mentioning to the Legends trading community that if we have this level hit with the news, I am not going to trade it basically. But this was a lower high right over here from the drop that we had during Monday, okay, between Monday and Tuesday. And this level right over here was an acceptable swing failure pattern if we did not have, the news coming out exactly at that level, which we did. So we just blasted through that zone. Not really interested in taking an exact trade at the moment that we have the news event, because it could have spiking up, spiking down. We don't really now know how the price is going to play out. So the main reason why, if we didn't have the news coming out here, this pivot was pretty good for a scalp short. Also, the 50% Fibonacci would have to see some magic price action here, basically some local double tops, and see if the price was going to find a little bit of a reaction. However, like I always suggest, when we are seeing some levels of opportunity and we do have the inflation rate, or we have basically interest rate decision, if we do have the FOMC economic projections, we really want to stay away. This is like a little bit of a gamble. You can get into a really, speculative long or short position. I mean, there are ways to trade this, because there are some people that actually can trade this in one way, guys. And I'm going to explain that strategy right away. If you are looking to trade a news event like this one that has just happened, which is the inflation rate, and just a minute before the trading setup, a way to trade this, and it is kind of a successful way to trade it. I'm going to explain it right away, guys. So make sure to, I don't use it, but just because I enjoy the way that I trade anyway, level to level, when there's no news events. But if you wanted to catch a news, either in a massive pump or a massive dump, what you can do, just 1 minute, and this is no financial advice, guys, okay? This is no financial advice, but overall, it is a potential strategy that you can use. Just 1 minute before the news comes out, you enter a long and a short position at the same time. And what you basically do here, all right, without putting your take profit, because you are going to get a volatile move, right? What you can do 1 minute before the news coming out, right? Because you don't know if it's going to get a massive dump or a massive pump. Nobody knows. If you do know, you're lying. Let me know in the comment section if you knew that this was going to pump based on the news, or was it going to get a major drop. So, basically you enter the long position and you're not focusing at your take profit zones. You're just going to protect that position and start taking your stop loss from your other trade. But what you would do here, obviously you're not having your take profit. You're entering a long position right over here. You give a bit of room for your stop loss as a long position, say beneath these lows. And if you're entering a short position, right, you're entering that trading setup, right at the same level. You're putting your stop loss the same distance. You haven't got to take profit, okay? So one of those trades is going to get stopped out. You know that you're going to get a massive volatile move, very likely surpassing, much more than your stop loss, right? So you have a chance here at making 3, 4, even 5 to 1 risk to reward. I wouldn't even give it too much of room. I think there is actually a lot of people that do use this strategy, because when you have these news events, what happens a lot of the times, legends, is that you do get a pump and a dump, right? So you might get stopped out twice, right, in these risky trades. A lot of the times it's a dump and then a pump, or a pump and a dump and then a dump and a pump again, right? So you're getting absolutely stopped out on every single trade here, long, short. But it isn't, maybe 6, 7 times out of 10, it is actually going to play out. So you enter a long and a short position at the same time. You manage your risk anyway, okay? So say that you entered this short position and you get stopped out. You're going to give it a bit of room for just internal volatility, right? Not too much. You don't want to lose too much either. And then this long position right over here, okay, that you've entered, you're basically holding that position. So you get stopped out from that short position, and the long position is way more in profits than your short. It is a way, because if you entered this long position, your stop loss is right over there, right? Same distance. You're making much more than your stop loss right now. And you'll be just locking those profits. In the end, you're making more than a 3 to 1 risk reward. You got stopped out from the short and you're just maintaining that long position. It is a way to do so when there's news, because there is going to be one side which is likely going to be the favorite one. In this case, to the upside is the favorite way, right? So just taking 50% profit on my long position. My goodness, I've taken a small little long position at this range. I can't explain that right away, because when I did take a look at this pullback, I was looking at this being a possible A wave or a one wave, it doesn't matter. And this being part of the third wave, we were still inside of a third wave here based on multiple 1, 2, 1, 2 here. This was still looking bullish. We had an ascending triangle form during today. It was still looking pretty damn bullish. And I was interested, I got into a long position here based on an ABC flat right there. Okay, just after the news, it was slightly in the profits as we were doing the live stream. But the main reason why of this long position was I did see another wave creation to the upside. Right now, it really does look like it could still be an ABC, or it could actually be a 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to be busy with a fourth wave and then go to much higher levels. But let's just explain that scenario right over here, because what I did see here was this being 5 waves to the upside right over here on the first wave, okay? First little wave right over here. Then you had the corrective move in a flat, corrective structure in a flat. And this was the beginning stages, right, of the first wave. Being a wave 1, the corrective structure, all right, in a small wave 2. You're still inside of the wave 3 with a multiple 1, 2s. You're still inside of the third wave. This is still going to project to higher levels with high probability based on, this being a one wave right over here. And we're still building up a very, very strong third wave based on the small little waves that we formed in the last few hours. So we're still looking for long positions to take these highs, right? I'm scalping and I'm day trading. I'm looking for internal levels here. Right now with this pump, what else can we say, guys? What else can we say? I'm going to say if this live stream, as there is 800 people watching, we were lagging on likes yesterday, guys. If this live stream does get over 1,000 likes and you comment down below, all right, we're going to push it to 1,000 likes because there's more people joining, of course, because of the news. If this gets 1,000 likes, all right, by tomorrow or by after tomorrow, I am going to pick a lucky comment and I am going to give $500 worth of Bitcoin or $500 worth of US dollar tether, right? We're going to do this on a live stream tomorrow evening. And if we do get to the 1,000 likes, make sure to comment down below, smash up the like button, because you probably the one that's going to take the $500 worth of Bitcoin, right? Let's go through the comment section. My goodness, I feel kind of dumb right now when you have a news event. I really don't like trading the news. It is fun to see. It is really good to see the news when we have the volatility. But when we're talking about technical analysis, right now, the possibility of the price moving to lower levels, seeing this as an impulsive move is kind of invalidated. So what we need to come up with right now is another possible corrective structure. And the only one that comes to my mind right now would be a WXY, okay? Basically a three-wave structure. So that could be the possibility. I'm looking at this high. It's going to be an interesting high, this $70,100 range. If we do take a look at this movement down in a three-wave structure, clearly 3 waves, we could possibly form 3 waves now to the upside. Now, the question is, will we form 3 waves and finish that third wave, or will we manage to have 5 waves to the upside? Because if that were to be the case, I mean, for me, it would be very disturbing if the price does manage to get above $72,000. Anything can happen with the news, guys. We've had a pump right now. Do you think that the FOMC economic projection later on is going to be bullish or bearish for the price action? So the CPI data has been bullish. It's 3.3%. Do you think that the FOMC economic projections are going to be bullish or bearish? I'm going to ask a poll and I'm going to go through the comment section right away, okay, legends? So let me ask the community here right away. Do you think the FOMC is going to be, economic projection is going to be bullish for Bitcoin, for crypto, right? For Bitcoin crypto. What do you guys think? Let me know right away. Do you think the FOMC is going to be bullish for Bitcoin? Let me know on the poll right away, because imagine having a double bullish news for the price of Bitcoin. CPI has been bullish. In just a few hours from now, we are going to see in federal interest rate decision, the FOMC economic projections, and the Fed press conference exactly at the same time. 10 o'clock here, UAE time. Will this be bullish? Let me know right away in the poll, guys. It's going to be interesting to see your opinion. I got somebody saying that the CPI data was priced in, right? This drop that we had before CPI was, basically it was priced in. And a lot of people are bearish, and they expect bearishness always with the CPI data and the FOMC economic projections. However, it turned out to be very bullish. It was kind of already priced in, right? The drop was already in, guys. The price had to pump. My goodness, I'm in some very small profits from a couple of long positions. Overall, I did get into a long position as well here yesterday, and it was a scalp trading setup. Only a couple of $100 worth of profit, but I'm a day trader and a scalper, so I look to lock profits at certain internal levels. Not a swing trader myself, but just so you can see, a couple of the trading setups that we mentioned on the live stream the last few days. A short scenario at $70,100, and the long setup from yesterday's video stream, which was sitting here exactly at $66,140. I was expecting that bounce from that level. Did you get in the long position, guys? Let me know right away in the comment section. Did you get so in that long position? Let me know right away, because it was given to you. It was given to you here on the live stream. We're going to talk about some levels and some scenarios right away, guys. Cool down. Don't worry. We're going to talk about some scenarios. There is an interesting level here that I do like very, very much. That is the $70,190. Why is this level so interesting for me? When we do take a look at the local drop from the last few days, we do have the 61865 Fibonacci, which is very below that level. It used to be a little bit higher when I did the analysis yesterday. However, it's still a pretty good level. It's still a pretty good level in my opinion. This lower high. We're going to analyze here the entire range from the last few weeks, looking at the volume profile, okay, the fixed volume profile, and take a look. We are hitting the point of control right now. We are getting a little bit of a reaction from this high volume node that was created the last few days. This is getting a bit of a reaction right now. Is it a good short? Well, the news has just come out right now, okay? So we're going to go with the point of control of the range. This has flipped to this level right over here. Point of control of this local range of the last few weeks. The value area high is sitting above this high at $70,170. Something that I would take into consideration. I mean, 618 from this pivot high of Friday to the low. Yeah, 618 is very, very low from that level. I wouldn't want to get into a short position right there. If the 618 Fibonacci was in confluence with the value area high, with that pivot high, then, oh my goodness, then this is a high confluence zone. I would definitely short this as a swing failure pattern. If the price gets above it and you get that rejection, this is a golden zone to get into a short position. You can manage risk very well. You've claimed the liquidity above $70,150, and you're getting that pretty nice down pullback. My goodness, wasn't expecting this pump, but you expect the unexpected when you have the news events, right? My goodness, who got into that long position and did not take profit? And is holding most of that position. I took most of that profit. I mean, from the short position, obviously, as well. This is going to get stopped out at break even, but I've taken most of the profits already, $900 just a few days ago from that short position. That was provided on YouTube as well. It was provided here on YouTube. Guys, if you are interested in trading, you do have the best exchanges down below. I trade on Bybit. I also trade on 𝗬𝟎. You've got bluffing as well, which is going to be it's a platform that is no KYC for a long, long time. You got the best bonuses down below. My favorite one is Bybit. If you cannot trade on Bybit based on KYC, you got bluffing and 𝗬𝟎, all right? They do have insane bonuses to claim down below. It's an airdrop bonus. So the more you deposit and trade, you'll be getting those airdrops in your futures exchange, okay? On your futures set account. So you can trade with that bonus and keep the profits. So right now, we are hitting the point of control of this range. It is getting a bit of a reaction. It does look like that it is struggling very much to get above that level. When we do zoom in on the lower time frames, that is exactly the level where we are getting rejection right now, that point of control from the entire range of the last few weeks. Very aggressive, short trade with the news, but I'm going to say, yeah, you could arguably discuss, you could get into aggressive, scalp trade right there at the point of control. It is very, very aggressive. There's only two pivots to take a look at Fibonacci retracement here. And it's this one, which is not hitting the 0.88. It's gone through the 0.78. So 7.8 Fibonacci kind of in confluence with the point of control. A little bit of an aggressive short, but I'm going to say acceptable if you know how to manage risk. The way that you could have shorted this is take it as a swing failure pattern. What do you mean take it as a swing failure pattern? When you zoom in on the lower time frames, you're basically looking at the price to hit the level, okay? Hit the level, and as you reject from the level, then take the possible short and give a take, right? A bit of room above the highs as a stop loss. It is very aggressive to trade the news, guys. You could just continue pumping. You could just get a major drop, okay? So I would even be cautious on a pullback here, because as you're pulling down, a lot of people might think, okay, we're going to form a higher low at this point, and then you suddenly get a huge, massive drop sweeping all of the lows. I recommend to not trade the news events, okay? If I'm in any trade, it's because I've traded it before the news. I do not trade the news 99% of the times, right? I would say even 100. Let's take a look at the poll. Will the FOMC economic projections will be bullish for Bitcoin? Will it be bullish for Bitcoin? I'm thinking, will it be bullish for crypto? And people are saying yes. We got over 370 votes, 77% of the people that are voting right now, which is just a third of the people watching. Go and vote right now. You that you haven't voted over there, you that hasn't voted, make sure to vote right now on the poll. What do you think about the FOMC economic projections? Will it be bullish for Bitcoin and crypto? Make sure to vote right away and smash up the like button on your way. Also, you lazy booger. Let's get this live stream to 1,000 likes, because I'm going to give I was going to say $1,000. I will give $1,000 soon. $500 first of all on the first giveaway. And yeah, $500 worth of Bitcoin. If you comment down below after the stream, let's get this live stream to 1,000 likes, so I can do a giveaway of $500 worth of Bitcoin. Let's get to 420 likes. Woo! It's going up, baby. It's going up. It's going up. Let's get to 1,000, guys. And we are going to do that giveaway tomorrow. Hello, Timo. How are you doing? Let's go quickly through the comment section. I think on Bitcoin, this level is holding right now pretty nicely. I'm still not happy. I don't want to look for a short position. We've just had CPI. We are going to see more news coming out today. Interest rate decision, FOMC. I don't know where this is going to go, guys. For the moment, we are pumping very aggressively. We might as well just pump even more aggressively. There is a scenario here. It just does not make sense, guys, that we are going to break above $72,000 today. I have a feeling that that is not going to happen. It is not going to happen just purely based on, my goodness, this mouse that I bought is driving me nuts. This, if we were to pump right now to higher levels above $72,000, on an Elliott wave perspective, you would, for me, it's extremely complex. I would not say that this has been a one wave, a two wave, third wave here. It cannot be 4 and 5. And then this has been an ABC flat right there. You have already formed the ABC flat, swept the lows, and you're going to absolutely explode above $72,000. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think we're probably going to get, what looks more solid here is that this has been the 1, 2, 3, 4 truncated fifth wave, and we are going to form some kind of WXY. We're going to sweep up these lows once more, even go as low as $65,000, $64,000 range, to finally form that wave 2 here and then get the absolute rocket. That is what I think is highly likely. But when we have these news events, my goodness, you can expect the unexpected. If we start breaking above $72,000, then we're going to have to, reanalyze this local situation based off Elliott wave theory, because what makes more sense right now, this is a news-driven pump. People are getting hyped up. This is it. We're going to go all the way up to $72,000. And my take here is what is likely is that we are going to form a three-wave structure to the upside. I think it makes more sense here that we are in the formation of a WXY. And the main reason it's a WXY is because it's a 3-3-3 structure. You cannot form here a three-wave structure inside of an A wave, all right, in a corrective move, unless it's going to be a flat. But, in this case, it wouldn't make sense, obviously, it could be a flat still, no doubt. You could actually form 3 waves here to the upside, claim the highs, and then move in 5 waves here to the downside in an ABC flat. It's also a scenario. Nevertheless, guys, if we were to drop back below $66,000, this is going to be the absolute greatest level to get into a long position as a swing trade. The best level is beneath $66,000. And the main reason why is because when we do zoom out on the higher time frames, on the daily time frame, we know that we have high probability that we are busy with a fifth wave right now. What do you mean a fifth wave? Well, basically we've formed since the low created in November of 2022. We can see that this has been a one wave. We've created a flat wave here in wave 2, and we are still busy inside of the third wave. We're still busy inside of the third wave because we can only count 4 waves for the moment to the upside since we got the drop here back in September. Right, we got the wave 1, the wave 2 in a flat once we had the ETFs approved, then the wave 3, the wave 4 that we've been looking at here during the last few weeks as well, and we're still busy with the fifth wave. It would not make sense for this fifth wave. We haven't even tested the highs here, so an all-time high is imminent, guys. It's going to happen sooner rather than later, and this is going to be interesting how the fifth wave is going to develop, because I would be expecting a pretty sharp pullback once we do break all-time highs. We can go to 80K if you want. It doesn't matter. I would be expecting a pullback. It looks like that, a lot of people are going to be hyped up because of this, and we're going to $100,000. It's not it's not anything going to happen at the end of the day. It's very unlikely to happen. Very unlikely that we're going to shoot up to $120,000, right? If we break all-time high. The all-time high is going to be broken, but, we're looking at 78, 80,000, $85,000 if things get punchy, and then that is finishing the 5-wave move to the upside. All right, so we have high probability in hitting all-time high during the next coming days, because we are still busy inside of the fifth wave of a large third wave that we're creating here during the last few months. And it does not make sense. It does not make sense for this movement to the upside to be finished, right? This is the wave 1 from the fifth wave. We're busy with the second wave, and the third wave is going to be the next explosive one inside of that larger fifth wave, right? That is what makes more sense here. This is why, depending on the structure that is developed in the next coming days, is going to be pretty nice. Because if we start forming here, we formed 3-wave moves to the downside. It's pretty obvious from now. The bearish, the impulsive structure is invalidated as we've only formed 3 waves move down. So the only scenario that we have here is a 3-wave, 3-wave, 3-wave and a WXY. Or just smack out of the highs of $72,000 and let's just break all-time high in the next coming days, right? That could be the case. And we just have to count this scenario in a different way. It would not make sense for this already to be the ABC, right? It's very, very shallow in time. When you take a look at the timing from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this cannot be the ABC, right? It's just looking at the timing is very shallow compared to the timing of the entire pump that we've had during May, right? So it wouldn't make sense for this to be the end of the 5th wave. There could be a way of analyzing this situation of, this has been the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right over here, and this has been the ABC in a flat structure. But yeah, that's only if we do manage to just break the highs here. That's the only thing that I could come up with. That basically this has already been the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counting here on micro counts, and this has just been a flat right there, and we've just absolutely rocketing in the 3rd wave already, which is going to be insane. It's going to be insane, legends. Let's go through the comment section. Beginning of July. What do you think of at the beginning of July? Let me just quickly take a look here at the poll because we have 640 votes. Yes, baby. Do you think the FOMC is going to be bullish for Bitcoin? The FOMC, the economic projections. 77% of people are saying yes. A lot of people hyped up here because of the CPI data. Stay cautious, guys. If you're trading, if you're FOMOing, be cautious because this could smack back down depending on what happens here with the FOMC economic projections, okay? 420 likes. Let's go, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button. If we get to 1,000 likes, we are over 1,000 people, so it's definitely achievable. We get above 1,000 likes. I am giving somebody $500 worth of Bitcoin. You just need to comment down below and we'll be choosing a random comment, right? Let's go. 𝗖liche, thanks for joining the stream, my brother. Much appreciated. Let's go. Will be a diagonal. A diagonal. Could it be a diagonal? It could be a diagonal. It could. Kind of. Still inside of that 4th wave here. And we're going to form that diagonal 5th wave getting above $72,000. I don't see it happening. But just because this has taken way longer for a 4th wave, it wouldn't make sense in my opinion. But talking about the different possibilities, the timing here, if you count this 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th wave in a flat, and you're going to create that 5th wave right now. It is, I'm going to say it is possible. There's nothing really here saying that this is invalidated. Because when we were talking about the 4th wave, we were talking about a running flat here being an A, a B, and a C, right? In a kind of a triangle structure. And then this being the 5th wave. However, could have, I'm not going to do any micro counts right now because we're not here to do, micro count edit wave theory, but could have this been an ABC flat right there and we just still in the 5th wave forming a kind of a diagonal, which is, not much of a diagonal to be formed right there. But overall, yes, it's possible. We're going to leave it as it's definitely a possibility. Bitcoin is pumping and it doesn't look like it wants to stop. Let's go. 𝗖liche, I believe 5th wave is coming. You believe 5th wave is coming, but what 5th wave? That this was not a truncated 5th wave right over here. So, there's the scenario that this was a failed 5th wave. Or this has been a flat scenario, right, that we're getting in the comment section as well. And we are just about to form that 5th wave, breaking 72K and even breaking all-time high. I'm going to say it's possible. You know, it could have been a flat scenario. It's just taken quite a long time. But anyway, fourth waves are usually quite longer, more than the second wave. So it does make sense for this fourth wave in a flat. You know, it's definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. You also saying that we are inside of the fifth wave of the fifth wave, because we are inside of the fifth wave of a fifth wave legends, which is from this pivot low right over here. We are inside of a fifth wave of a fifth wave, right? Pretty crazy. It looks like that we could be getting some punchy price action here with the news later on today. Let's take a look. Andy, I love your analysis. TA King. Kate, thank you very much for the insane support. BTC to $75,000, says someone in the comment section here, that will take it to all-time high, says Alex Own. Gul Muhammad, how are you doing? I enter 66,600. Should I hold till FOMC? Well, I would suggest, you know, take some profits. You're probably going to make more profits than I did from my long positions, because I took it as a scalp trade. Got into a long position here as well, but taken most of the profits at the highs as soon as we got the breakout, just as a target zone. I'm more of a day trader, more of a swing trader than more of a swing trader. So you're asking me, should I take some profits from that long position? I hope that long position was based on yesterday's reaction at this level, guys, that we talked about at 66,140. My goodness, please, I'm going to take a look at some altcoins right away, okay? But first of all, let me know in the comment section if you did manage to get into a long position based on yesterday's level that was mentioned on the stream, legends. Bitcoin first bouncing level. If this one fails, we got a second bouncing level. We have a few plans here to get into a long position. First one was $66,140. Your live stream saved my trades. Thanks a bunch. Hey, Dashana, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, guys. Let me know if you entered that long position from yesterday, guys. Woo, it's just moving up. It's moving up. It wants to just absolutely rip. It could be the scenario that we are going to hit the highs already. I just had my best long ever, says T. Absolutely wonderful. Crypto knowledge says 69.6K. 69.6K. We are breaking through that point of control. We're trying to anyway. The point of control from the entire range of the last few weeks. We are trying to break it, baby. We are trying to break it. Andy, give me the $500 and I'll buy you a new mouse. Yeah, this mouse is going crazy. It's an Apple mouse, guys. You know, this is, but to be honest, it's not too great for, you know, doing live streams. Let's be honest. It's too sensible. It's too sensible. I like the classic ones where you even plug in a cable in, right? Hi, Andy. Would you please upload a video for Fibonacci levels, please? Thank you. Absolutely. We mentioned as well yesterday how on the live stream why this level was so important, guys. This level of $66,100. We were mentioning a couple of anchored VWAPs, okay, that were holding as support. And anchored VWAPs are used on the higher time frames, basically from a high level, right? In this case, the all-time high, or from the low here of the 1st of May. Right? Because you got the anchored VWAP from the downtrend and the anchored VWAP from the uptrend starting from the 1st of May. And you can see that anchored VWAP, how they are sticking together exactly at that level that we mentioned yesterday for a possible bounce of a few $100, not a few thousand. I mean, we were talking about a bounce of a few $100, but not a few thousand like it is right now. Massive confluence at this level. We talked about the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low, the 382 Fibonacci from this pivot low on the 1st of May. What a bounce, get legends. What a bounce. I'm long from $66,000 exactly. What an absolute legend you are, Faris. Jumping into that long position like an absolute beast. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Great job. Thanks. Absolutely massive, guys. You know, who entered this long position? I took most of the profits. It doesn't matter. We'll be finding another new range in between today and tomorrow. If you are maintaining that long position without taking much profits, woo, you're in big profits if you did manage to get into that long. You did. You did. Dollar index is getting a drop. 500 likes. Let's go. 𝗬𝗬𝘆, my man. Guys, if you haven't checked out 𝗬𝗬𝘆, he's in the comment section right now. Check him out. He does provide insane technical analysis every single day. Make sure to follow him. He is in the comment section right away. Always a new range. 𝗬 Nukem, 66,200 for me. Up already. Take profit already, 75%. Take those profits. Take those profits, guys. We do have some more news coming in today. This could smack back down just because of the news, guys. It could rocket and continue more. But if it does get a major drop based on the FOMC economic projections, you do not want to not take profits, right? You want to take those profits if you entered that long position, guys, because we have this scenario as well that we could be forming a little bit of a three-wave structure here to the upside and then to the downside. Just be cautious. There's the bullish case as well. I just would not do anything regarding trading because we have more news coming out, guys. This could absolutely rocket and continue to the upside because of the news, or it could get a massive dump back down to the lows. So stay cautious with your trading. I will be resuming, okay, the technical analysis, the levels in a video update for you once this volatility fest has finished. I do not want to trade this volatility. I do not know how to trade this volatility based on the news because you never know where the price is going to go. My channel is called 𝗬𝗬𝘆 Trades. Go and check him out, guys. Go and check out 𝗬𝗬𝘆 out because he provides insane alpha on his YouTube channel. Jungle is massive. 𝗤𝗵𝗫. Right. Shall we take a look? We have already over 800 votes on the poll. Do you think the FOMC is going to be bullish for Bitcoin? 78% of people say yes. We're going to take some levels. Like I said, the value area high of this trading range that we do have, guys, is exactly where we do have that lower high created on Monday. This is a big level. This is a swing failure pattern. You're likely going to get a reaction at that level, guys. Okay, you might just squeeze up to hit the 7/8 Fibonacci. It might get a squeeze up, but it's very, very strong resistance. The value area high from this trading range since the 20th of May. What a beautiful bounce from those anchored VWAPs and that pivot low for the swing failure pattern and the Fibonacci confluence levels. We actually hit also the one-to-one extension, all right, from this pivot, okay, from the drop of Friday and then the drop here between Monday and Tuesday. The one-to-one extension slightly beneath it. I was just so much going on here at this level. This was the level to long, guys. It was the level to long. It was the level to long. You know, a sweep of that low, giving the best entry possible, guys. The best entry possible at that pivot low at $66,140. I hope you did get into the long position with very good risk management and didn't take profits as fast as I did. Because I'm scalping, I'm day trading, I'm level to level. I haven't got time. I need to get in, I need to get out at certain levels. We love the channel. Let's go, legends. Kate, absolute legend, Kate. Thanks for joining the stream. Big time. 𝗬 Nukem. Shall we take a look at big time, guys? Let's take a look at big time. We're going to take a look at some altcoins. I want you to start dropping them here now in the next coming minutes. But I want to talk about some interesting news that is going on. Donald Trump says, we want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the US, in the USA. We can see this tweet coming from himself. Vote for Trump. Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against CBDCs. My goodness, so interesting the times that we are living in. You know, you got the Donald Trump, which was the president, the last president, right, before Biden, talking about crypto, accepting crypto for donations. We live in such, you know, this is the time, guys. It's the time. It's the super cycle time, right? The next coming years, we do not even know where the price of Bitcoin could be. It could be at 200,000, 500,000, $10,000. If a huge, massive recession, energy crisis kicks in, guys, we're just going to have to hold on, because the drop could be massive in crypto. But we are not going to try and speculate when there's a recession going to come in. A lot of people, a lot of big names out there have been trying to predict that a recession is coming in, and it's just been taking years and years. Who's that guy from The Big Short? He's been shorting the market since 2015. This guy has to be wrecked already. He burnt all his money that he made from The Big Short in 2008. He's been bearish for years right now. Screw that guy, guys. We are probably kicking the can down the road till 2027, and the bull run is going to be epic. It's going to be epic, especially if money printer goes on. I am surprised because the interest rates have been going up like crazy during the last, 2 years, right? Since 2022. And is there any big major recession? It's been at 5. What is the interest rate right now? It's at 5.25. Yeah, it's been like this for quite some time right now. It's just been going up, since 2022, and we've been holding during the last few months. Once we have interest rate cuts and the money printer goes on, which will go on at some point in the coming months, give or take 3-6 months, it's going to go on very aggressively. We are going to see the first shakeout. We will see a big, massive shakeout in crypto and stocks. It's going to happen, guys. Just be prepared for it. It's just going to be a big shakeout, potentially Bitcoin, a drop of 20%, maybe 30%, very aggressively. And it's just going to be a nice shakeout. And then once money printer goes on, I explained this on yesterday's live stream. Once money printer goes on, then the dollar value goes down very aggressively. It goes down very aggressively. This is what happened on the C19 crash. Okay, we had all of the different risky assets and even oil going down to, below $0. You were basically getting paid to hold a barrel of oil. Never happened in the history never happened basically that you got paid to hold a barrel of oil. That actually happened. So all of the risk on assets did get a major drop. People were selling because people needed dollars to pay, right? They were losing their jobs. People, there's massive dollar demand. So the dollar index gets a massive rise once we get that scary crash. Because of, the C19, right? We got this virus going on around the world. People are losing their jobs and people want dollars. So there's massive demand and the dollar index got a massive rise. This is when everything crashes. And then when we had the movement down for several months on the dollar index. The main reason why is because we had massive money printing activity going on, because I think it was over $9 trillion in a matter of a few months. And this is because, you had to bail out companies, people that were losing their jobs. They needed, there was just massive inflation, guys. And this is when we had the epic bull run. So something very similar will happen in the next 1 to 2 years. Obviously, you're going to see a crash first of all. The first reaction from us human beings is being fearful from what is happening, right? Whatever happens and what comes out on the media as a recession, oh my goodness, I'm going to sell everything. I need to buy food. I need to get dollars. Never mind holding digital Bitcoin, right? Never mind holding digital currency. I need money to buy food. I've lost my job, for goodness sake, and I need money. I need dollars. So the instant reaction from us is fear after a recession, but that is going to bring the best opportunity, just like it did back on the C19 crash, right? We know it's on the charts. It's emotions happening, playing around. We get that massive move to the downside on stocks and risk on assets. It's going to just bring an insane good buying opportunity, guys, as always. So money printer goes on, devaluates the dollar. We need to buy Bitcoin. Legends, we need to be buying Bitcoin and some very good crypto projects. So Andy, bearish hammer on the 15-minute time frame. Wow. I'm really not a fan of looking at the that's the dollar index at the 15-minute time frame for these candlestick patterns. But yeah, we got a normal hammer and an inverted hammer. This is resistance. This is resistance. We just tested the high of the drop that happened on the 11th of June, right? It's a classic level as well. You got the major start of the drop here from Tuesday, and then basically yesterday, you're just testing the highs from the start of the drop. This is a classic liquidity zone, and it's a zone where you could get a rejection. And that is also based on, hey, we're adding confluence here at this zone. We are adding confluence, which is the point of control of this entire range of the last 3 weeks since the 20th of May. It's the highest volume node that we've had during this sideways momentum that we've had for several weeks. So there's no Fibonacci retracement. We're almost wanting to tap the 618. It's a little bit of a front run from the 618 from this pivot. And from this pivot, you're basically hitting almost tapping the 0.88 Fibonacci, which you're not. You're not. But overall, almost hit the 0.88. But yeah, this is just a big, solid, high volume node that the price is struggling very much right now, guys. You can see it here on the chart. Price is just stopping at that level and is struggling to get above it. I'm personally not going to place any trades, guys. I'm going to wait for the volatility and then go into detail on more technical levels once we get the cool off. What else do we have regarding news, guys? There's just so much that we can talk about. And most of it is bullish, of course. Hash ribbons have been signaling capitulation for nearly a month. 1,200 Bitcoin selling pressure from miners in OTC markets is not unexpected. So yeah, basically we are seeing a little bit of miners selling pressure, but this is not selling directly on exchanges. Just yesterday, I think there was 1,200 Bitcoin sold from miners from their reserves. It's OTC, basically. It's over the counter. They are getting sold to people, that are very much interested in buying, such as, maybe ETFs or big companies, and they're not getting sold directly on the exchanges, meaning that they do not affect the short time price volatility, right? It's like if I have Bitcoin in my hardware wallet and I'm going to send it to you and I've sold it personally to you, that is not going to affect the market, right? It's not going to affect the market because you're not going into an open exchange where you have basically an open book. So it's OTC miners. This 8 years ago, I would be worried. 4 years ago, on the previous cycle, because miners had a huge amount of Bitcoin, but they are having less and less and less every time. We've just gone through the halving. They are producing 450 Bitcoin in total, all of them together every single day, which is absolute peanuts, right? We are getting sometimes the ETFs such as BlackRock and Fidelity buying 5-6 times more than what is produced a day. So it's like Bitcoin miners, I wouldn't be too worried. They're producing less Bitcoin every 4 years, and it's much less Bitcoin, much selling pressure that they can give in here on the market, and they're going to be bought back up from bigger players. What we have here, Chinese biggest bank, which is the world's largest bank, ICBC, says Bitcoin solves gold's problem of divisibility and inconvenient to carry, right? Basically, he's saying that gold is really a problem to send, billions of dollars of gold, around the globe, and with Bitcoin is relatively easy to do so. So, hey, come on. We got the world's largest bank, talking about Bitcoin. We got the president, the ex-president, the possible potential president, right, in November, Donald Trump, just going crazy about Bitcoin, even tweeting himself about Bitcoin, which is, this is the time, guys. It is mass adoption time, which is really interesting times that we are living in, no doubt. Coinbase Pro Bitcoin Balance. Coinbase Pro Bitcoin Balance. What we do see here, legends, is the Bitcoin on exchanges getting dried. I remember seeing this at 2 million. I remember Coinbase when it had over 2 million Bitcoin, and also Binance. Coinbase right now has less than 900,000 Bitcoin, and just in February had over 1 million Bitcoin to sell open to the public. They've gone down 100,000 Bitcoin in a matter of 2 months, right? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. You know, they're drying up on the exchanges. And this downtrend has formed and continued since 2020. This all started in 2020 because of the C19 crash. You saw a massive amount of deposits on exchanges, no doubt. Anything can flip this very, 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 very quick, guys, okay? Any type of recession, C19, you know, whatever, C19 2.0, anything can really flip this very, very quickly. But I think people are realizing that this is the safe haven, that it is just a matter of time that Bitcoin will decouple from the general markets, right? Because there's massive correlation from, you know, Bitcoin and the stock market. If stock market gets a major drop of 10%, right, S&P 500, which would be insane. 5% is a huge drop already. Bitcoin's going to take that hit as well, okay? It usually has a 90% correlation, but it's time. It's time. We have banks, biggest banks in the world, talking about Bitcoin, adopting Bitcoin. We've got ETFs, BlackRock. We have, you know, presidents, countries adopting Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time, and not even talking 10 years, that Bitcoin will start to decouple, no doubt, from the general sentiment, and will, you know, it's on the verge of a super cycle. For, you know, if it's not going to be this cycle, it's going to be in the next. If it's not going to be this cycle, it will be the next cycle, where we do have a super cycle where just Bitcoin goes through the roof. And, you know, you're just going to see it over $500,000 per Bitcoin. And yeah, basically, you're not going to see much more volatility. It's going to be such a mature market that, yeah, forget about buying Bitcoin at, you know, 10K or 20K or 50K. That's it. You know, it's happened. It's already extremely valuable. So yeah, that's going to happen, guys, at some point in our lifetime, in the coming years. The world's largest Bitcoin conference is only a month away in the US. No doubt there is millions of people that are pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto in the US. And I mean, this is the whole main reason why Donald Trump is using that, right? He is using it in his favor because he very much knows, he can see the data. You know, there's over 50 million Americans that, you know, use Bitcoin and crypto, or have used Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? So that is a big chunk of people that he can, you know, get for voting him, right? Interesting things also that we can take a look here from Benjamin Cowan. He always provides some great, you know, on-chain data and higher time frame analysis, is that the last two FOMCs market local bottom on that day. So basically, interesting view on Bitcoin, he says, going into the FOMC and CPI tomorrow, this was from yesterday, two FOMCs marked local bottoms on the day. So we do have FOMC economic projection today in about 4 hours from now, if I'm not mistaken, in between 4 and 5 hours. And they marked local bottoms, okay? You can see the one here happening in March, forming that bottom, okay, just slightly above $60,000. And also you had one here on the 1st of May, which was also above, you know, this was out above $55,000. This was the local bottom. Could the bottom be in already? We've got the pump from CPI already, so we might just rock it from there, and we could say, okay, this has been the bottom. We got FOMC and CPI today. So maybe, yeah, it's a, you know, they are getting together, and they're marking this massive bottom signal, right? This is the bottom. We're going to absolutely explode and rip through all-time high. So the FOMCs, okay, have been the bottom signal, at least in March and in May here. And CPI have actually, you know, had, you know, 2 of the 3 CPIs that we had during the last few months were near local tops, okay? You can see the top right there here at all-time high, which happened in March, and then the next one here in April. As soon as we got that CPI, it did mark the top. We got that volatility, and then just after basically the next few days, even couple of weeks, we got a major downtrend. For the moment on CPI, it hasn't been a top. We're getting a pump so far. Let's see how the market reacts to the FOMC. But overall, it's on the same day. Could it be a massive bottom, guys? And we're just going to absolutely rip like we are and continue to the upside. Let me know, what do you think, guys, in the comment section. So looks pretty interesting, guys. What could happen? Very, very bullish. What we can see here is something interesting. I'm not a huge fan of RSI and stuff, but, I do take a look at Twitter with my morning coffee, as a lot of you do also. And there's some interesting things. It looks like altcoins here, taking a look at the total 3 market cap. It seems like a last through point on the 618 Fibonacci support before final leg up, coupled with bullish divergence that's playing out. What is he talking about? Be greedy when others are fearful. So what he's talking about here is that we are forming, bearish divergence. No, hidden bullish divergence. My goodness, I'm thinking about CBD right now. Absolutely crazy. I need another coffee myself. Basically, you are forming lower lows on the RSI here, and you're forming higher lows on the price action during the last few months. So that is hidden bullish CBD divergence, right? When you get the RSI creating lower lows and you are forming higher lows, especially when you're coming from a much larger uptrend during the last few years. This is looking at the RSI, I guess, on the weekly or on the monthly. But basically, he's saying that we're forming something very, very similar since, back in 2021, before we got that major rally in between 2020 and 2021. So we are forming bullish, hidden bullish RSI divergence, okay, forming those higher lows and lower lows on the RSI, meaning that, are we going to continue that altcoin rally? Are we going to see altcoins rallying? When I take a look at the total 3 market cap, I have a total different opinion from this individual. I have a total different opinion. I do see one more shakeout happening for the altcoins, and a lot of the altcoins are already at rock bottom levels, right? You might think, how can altcoins get another drop? That is not possible. We are already at extreme low levels. When you take a look at, I think a lot of the altcoins are at extreme good buying levels already. They've all had a major pullback in between March and April. And for me, it's already DCA zone. It's already very good DCA levels. And if we were going to have the opportunity of getting the market, right, the altcoin market, going to lower levels in the next coming months, giving us another major opportunity, then I would say, guys, this is just bringing you the best opportunity that you could get into, right? This is the disbelief rally from a bull market. It's a disbelief rally, guys. When you take a look at this chart, Polkadot, solid project. This project is going to hit all-time high at some point, guys. I'm sorry. No financial advice, but I'm going to say it here. It had to be said. Polkadot will hit all-time high at some point in the near future. Now, I'm not going to discuss here if it's going to be in this cycle or the next cycle. Will it be in 6 months or will it be in 12 months? It's going to happen at some point in the very near future, guys. So what I want to show you here is Polkadot and many altcoins that have rallied during November, December, right, January of 2024, right, during the last few months have had an incredible uptrend and they've had a major pullback. Oh my goodness, guys, it's the DCA zone. We are at a classic disbelief rally. People are already being bearish and more bearish on altcoins, and we are just in a disbelief rally. My goodness, what's happening with this? This mouse is just going to drive me nuts. I'm going to throw it out the window after the stream. I'm sorry. Disbelief rally. We've had a brutal bear market from 2022, part of 2023 on most of the altcoins, right? Because 2023 was pretty brutal as well for some altcoins, right? Till mid 2023, even late 2023, Polkadot did form another low. So we're coming from a brutal bear market. 2022 and 2023 was devastating. We've broken the market structure. This is the first wave one, guys. This is this belief rally. You like it or not. This might get a few shakeouts in the next coming months. You know, I was not expecting the C19 crash in 2020. My portfolio, I was buying every single week and every single month, and my portfolio went down 70% on the C19 crash. Like this. Everybody's portfolio. It doesn't matter. I held on. Then it turned into over a 30x my entire portfolio, which was very, very nice, of course. So anything that does happen in the next few months, whether it's a C19 crash 2.0 or it's whatever kind of thing happening worldwide, gets you a major flash crash, it's just going to bring you that good opportunity to buy cheaper before things get absolutely crazy. Okay, so opportunity zone, guys. I cannot stress this enough. I know there's enough people watching, enough people understanding before things go crazy. Don't be the last guy hopping into the train because you want that to be your old school friend or your granddad or your neighbor. Hey, what about this thing about crypto? Did you get in? And he's like, yeah, I'm already selling, my brother. You should have got in, the last 6 to 18 months. I'm cashing out. So, yeah, guys, you get the deal, right? Umar, please, let's take a look at some altcoins for the beautiful community. Sorry about that chit chat, guys. Just talking here a little bit of what could happen globally in the next coming months. Any recession, any big pullback, anything like this will be welcomed, at least for me. I got a stack of cash that I needed, I need to find out what to do with it. So getting a pretty decent crash would be the ideal thing to happen, at least for me. Maybe not too much for you, but overall, make sure to have some, obviously cash on the sidelines just in case we were to get a major pullback. I'm like distributed 60-40% cash. So I am pretty heavily into multiple different cryptos. But I do have that stack of cash on the sidelines, just because anything can happen, right? We are living some very interesting times. We're like on the verge of a recession, but with this, we could kick the can down the road, and recession happens in 2027, right? Kick the can down the road another 3 years, and we're going to get an epic bull run because money print is going to go on in the coming months. So there are a few very disturbing people that I do follow, on Twitter. They are just max bearish, but they have been like this for many years already, okay? It hasn't been just in the bear market, which is incredible. If you do know any people, which is very interesting to see, because you're like, guys, you've been bearish for 5-10 years, right? You've been bearish for too long. You're going to get it right. A broken clock is even, more right than you twice a day. So let's take a look at some altcoins. I want to go through the comment section. We are pumping. I got 𝗬𝗫 here ready. I got 𝗬𝗫 here ready on the chart. We got a beautiful rejection here just a couple of weeks ago on 𝗬𝗫 from the point of control of this range. We did a small analysis here on this one on a live stream, but I'm 124% in, says 𝗬tube_NL. Absolutely epic. You're in big time on crypto. Yeah, I would say I'm 60% in. All of my net worth is over 60%, slightly over 60% in crypto. My stable coins are in crypto, so yeah, I would have to say 90% in crypto. Anyway, let's go. USA meme coin, ticker USA, please. What? Do we have a USA meme coin? Are you serious? Do we have a USA based USA American coin, USA meme? American coin. We got a few here, so yeah, we got a few here with the ticker symbol USA. Let me know the name of the crypto. But 𝗬𝗫, what can we say about 𝗬𝗫 here? Looking at the technical analysis on this altcoin, I don't want to do too much on altcoins. Still looking pretty good, higher time frame. So what happened here on 𝗬𝗫? We got a major pump in January of 2024, major consolidation retracement here in between February and April. Major drop in April, big recovery here in May. This is a classic, dead cat bounce. When you break such significant structure like this in a movement down, you're just likely going to get the rejection either at the point of control, or you're looking for 618, 50% Fibonacci right from the highs to the lows. In this case, you hit the 50% Fibonacci, and from the next pivot level, you were hitting, almost the 7-8. But big level of resistance. You've broken the bit of the structure here and then just created a lower high. So higher time frame, you are forming higher lows. I think the best case scenario for 𝗬𝗫 US dollar is breaking down beneath this low, and that's going to be the moment that people are just going to throw the towel, right? We need people to throw the towel. That is the moment that, oh my goodness, we've broken downtrend. Could we bounce from this higher low support? I'm going to say, yeah, of course we can. No doubt. We are getting supported here from this consolidation range that we formed here in April. So when we analyze here this range from April, no doubt that we have the high volume node at that zone that is maintaining us as support, right? So when you do zoom in here on this price action and you take a look at the volume profile, you're basically getting rejected and bounced, okay, from the resistance point of control. You do have the high volume node from this area, very small area. Nevertheless, it's a large consolidation that we had a few weeks in April on 𝗬𝗫. So it is all of this is providing strong support. Could we bounce from here? Absolutely yes. But what would be the greatest buying opportunity on 𝗬𝗫 is a sweep of these lows. For sure. If you sweep these lows, absolutely epic. You're looking for an insane recovery. So, swing failure pattern. Right, a lot of altcoins here. Andy 𝗬𝗫, if you get the chance. Right, let's take a look at 𝗬𝗫 here for 𝗖𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗓. Altcoins on demand, legends. If you want to pull out your favorite altcoin, make sure to do so. We're going to do just a quick basic analysis, just taking a look at the levels and what would be great buying opportunities in my personal opinion. But let's take a look here at 𝗬𝗫 right away on the chart. Wow, big volatility fest here. I think there was something to do with BlackRock, if I'm not mistaken, when we got that pump in April. Big pump and dump. Interesting. Yeah, too volatile. But overall, 𝗬𝗫 is I am bullish on 𝗬𝗫. It's an insane project. It is one of those projects that I believe that will likely hit all-time high. And this pullback on 𝗬𝗫, I'm going to say that it's the, just a general point of view. It's the first wave. It's the first disbelief wave. And anything that comes down right here is a classic. Oh, this is it. Crypto is dead. This is it. Recession is coming. It's around the corner. Don't believe these YouTubers. They're just going to get you wrecked. I'm telling you that I am buying, and I will be buying more this corrective move on many of the different altcoins. I'm not buying 𝗬𝗫 specifically because I can't buy everything. But overall, I think 𝗬𝗫 is going to be huge, and it will hit its all-time highs. So the best scenario here on 𝗬𝗫, I don't like this wick. I don't like this price action. It does look like it wants to pull back a little bit more, to be honest. We've had an insane rally during the last few months. It's been looking insane. So what I want to see here on 𝗬𝗫 is the price, sweeping these lows would be the ideal buying point. When you're already throwing the towel, when you and me are like, oh, we broke the trend and we're going down, hey, I did have hope, but I've lost hope right now. We're just breaking down. That is the moment that you want to start stepping in, right? When you're kind of losing hope, when your emotions are kicking in here. And it would be nice to actually sweep up those higher lows that were created here in January and April. We just need to be patient. I think it's very much possible in the coming weeks, maybe a few months. And that would be the second and last opportunity to scoop up cheaper these kind of projects, because if you did not buy here in between 22 and 23, you're getting your last chance here at a higher low before things get absolutely crazy, okay? Right. Legends. Oh my goodness. I need to wrap it up. thank you very much for joining the stream. We've gone through a little bit of news. I'm going to wait for volatility. I might do another live stream later on. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people doing live streams, but overall, I'm going to wait for the volatility to happen. Whoever got into that long position yesterday, congratulations. Long in 66,140. I did say on the live stream, guys, I don't want to come on tomorrow live stream and say, hey, we bounced from that level. There was only 2 levels we talked about. This one to hold on first. If this one does not hold, we are looking for the next one. Be cautious. Stop loss beneath the low once you test that level at 66,100. Absolutely beauty, guys. If you are holding this long position, you are in insane profits. Make sure to lock some profits. Stay defensive. If you're not signed up already to one of the exchanges down below, make sure to do so. You got Bybit. You also have 𝗬cie and bluffing. Okay, if you cannot use Bybit, you have 𝗬cie and bluffing. Bluffing has the highest volume available. Check out the link, guys. Only that $80,000 bonus is exclusive for the viewers. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I'll be doing another live stream tomorrow or tonight to see the volatility. I'll see you in the next one.